start a project. So over here I've got Visual Studio 2012. I'm just going to go ahead and hit that, open it up, and from there I go to File, I go New, I go Project. I'm going to always go to like other languages and pick Visual C++, then go down here to Win32, hit Win32 console application. I'm going to put in where I want it. It's always going to default to projects folder, but you can put it like a subdirectory over here as well if you want. And then I'm going to go ahead and give it a name. So for this one, it's going to be amortization class. Okay. Then it's going to ask me a few more questions. I'm going to go to next. I'm going to go to empty project, and it's always going to say console application, empty project. I'm just going to uncheck this thing because it's not a big deal. And I'm just going to hit finish. So now, if I want to go ahead and add a file, I'm just going to go to source file. I'm going to right click. I'm going to say add, new item, and I'm going to pick CPP, and I'm going to just go, this is my, I can call it anything, like, let's call it like hello.cpp. Just make it a real basic one. So if you guys want line numbers, you got to go over here to Tools, Options. You got to go down here to Text Editor. Then you go to your language, and then you go to General, and then you got to just check this thing, line numbers, and then you'll have it, line numbers, because it makes it easy. Because when you have an error, it's going to say what line it's on. A lot of times they'll just go to it, but it's nice to always have the line numbers so you know how many lines of code you have. But C++, it always starts out with this, the little hash marker, and then it's going to be include and IOStream, and then we're going to say using namespace, std, and then int main, open close parentheses, open close squiggly lines, and then we're always going to end it with return 0, because this function is an integer, so we're going to return an integer to it, and we're just returning 0. So if we're going to do a simple cout, program that does, let's say, hello world, I'm just going to be cout. This right here always means that you're going to put it out. These things right here, like if I said cin, that means I'm asking the user for data. So let's say, for example, I wanted to ask the user for data. So I'll be like this: cout, please enter first number. And then I'll go like that, and I'm just going to actually end it like this. And then I'm going to go, I have to declare my numbers first. So int number 1, int number 2, then cin, like that. And then I'm going to assign it to number 1. And then I'm going to say cout, please enter second number. Okay, and then cin number 2. And then let's say I'm going to, have like an output. So it's going to be int output equals number 1 plus number 2. And notice I'm in, and then so now I can say like, your number is, and then I have to give a little space. These things always go between, and then from there I'll just go like output, so I can display what I just put in there. And then I can give another one of these things, then do an end line. And I'm pretty sure that's all right. Now the only thing I also have to do if you're in Windows is you got to go can.get, because that'll actually hold the window open so you can, until you press like a key. So now you can just go to local Windows debugger, hit that thing, and hopefully I don't have any errors. Yeah, please enter number 1, 12, number 2, let's say 22. Oh, it did. See, it actually held it open long enough, but it actually still got rid of it. I think there's another function I got to figure out. There's like 2 of them sometimes you got to put in there to make the window stay open. Anyway, But you get the basic idea. I'll figure it out, but I don't know off the top of my head. But you get the basic idea about how to make up a simple program in C++. These are integers, so I'm declaring them up here. So you always got to declare them first. I'm actually initializing them right over here with user input. And then this one, I'm declaring it and initializing it in the same sentence. Everything ends in a semicolon, and this thing was supposed to keep the window open, but there's supposed to be something else, I think, probably. I'll have to look at another video. But anyway, that's pretty much it. So that's a video on how to start a project in Visual Studio, an empty project, add a file to the source files, make it a real simple, thing. Now let's say if I want to do the power function, I would have to include another library, because all these things up here that we're including are libraries. So I would go include CMath. And then from there, I could then say, let's say I also want to take int, let's say I want to make it a power equals POW is the power function. So now I can do that, and as soon as I give it a parenthesis, the IntelliSense comes up and it gives me 7 options to see what do I want to put in my power function. And they give some pretty crazy stuff you can put in there, but the bottom line is that you put in see, it's giving you choices. You can put in a double, you can put in integer, you can put in a float and a float, you can put in a float and an integer, you can put in a long double is just like a really big double. I thought that they had it so you can put in 2 integers. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think I can do this. I gotta call these things integers. It's probably gonna give me an error. Yeah, if I run this thing, it's probably cout your power function is power. See if it gives me an error. Your first number, let's say it's 4, second number 2. No, it worked. I just got to figure out how to keep that window open. That'll be the next topic we talk about. But anyway, that's pretty much it. So have a good day. Stay warm.